All right, Fernando, did you have any questions from the homework?
Uh, no, no.
Okay, good. I think this is where you finished last week or the week before. In your last class, anyway, you were reviewing do and does and did. Does this look familiar? Did
Yeah,
you see this before?
yeah.
Okay, good. I'm not sure if you played the memorization game. It's a little bit difficult to play on the computer online, so you probably skipped that.
Mhm,
So we will start from here today. What happened? Okay?
mhm.
So, would you like to tell me what happened? You can read at the bottom what happened.
Okay, I had a car accident.
Good. Well, that's not good. It's not a good thing to have a car accident. What happened here?
The police asked some questions.
Excellent. Good. What happened here?
I went to the hospital and I was okay.
Excellent. Well done. Okay, so you can see that our verbs in all these sentences, our verbs are in the past tense. Okay, so we're going to be practicing our past tense a lot. Some of our past tenses are regular, where we just add ed. With these verbs are what we call irregular because we don't just add ed. Our past tense is completely different. Okay?
Mhm.
So had is the past tense of have. Asked, this is a regular past tense. We just add ed. Went is the past tense of go. Was is the past tense of be. Okay?
Mhm.
So let's practice our past tenses. Can you tell me, please, Fernando, look at the picture and tell me in the past tense what happened.
The house was on fire.
Uh-huh, excellent. Well done. The house was on fire or the house burned. You can say burned. That is the past tense of burn. Okay, to burn, just add ed in the past tense to make it burned. Or the house was on fire, as you said. Perfectly. What happened here?
Um, the cars raced.
Uh-huh. Well done. The cars raced.
Great.
Excellent. Uh-huh. And with the verb race, to race, that means to go fast and to try and beat the other person. That already ends in E, so you just add D, okay? Absolutely correct. The cars raced. Well done. What happened here?
Hmm. Mm,
This one is a little tricky. It's a little difficult.
the airplane flies.
Uh-huh. So the airplane flies, that's the present tense, okay?
Mm,
Fly is an irregular verb in English. So I don't feel bad for not knowing what the past tense is. That's okay. We'll learn it now, okay? I'll put it in the chat box. So the past tense of fly is irregular. You cannot just add ed. It's flew. I've put it in the chat box. Tell me if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see.
Excellent. Okay. So here we would say the airplane flew. Okay, the airplane flew. It's one of those irregular past tenses that you have to learn. You cannot guess it, okay? You have to learn it. But I don't blame you for not knowing it. That's okay. What happens here? In the past tense.
The boxers fought.
Excellent, sir. Well done. You know your past tenses. Well done. The boxers fought. Fought is the past tense of to fight. Well done, Fernando. That's impressive. Okay, good. So here we have some regular past tenses. We've got 3 verbs. The verb happen, past tense is happened. The verb call, past tense called. The verb ask, past tense asked. These are past tenses where we just add ed to the base verb. So that's why they're called regular, okay? Because you just add ed, okay? So let's practice. Let's practice using some of these verbs in the past tense. What happened at your job yesterday, Fernando? Do you remember anything? Anything interesting?
Okay, my boss asked me some questions about a new partner.
Excellent. Good. My boss asked, and that ed at the end of ask sounds a bit like a T, okay? Asked. My boss asked me some questions about a new partner or about a new co-worker, yeah? Good. Anything else? Did you work hard yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I worked hard, a little hard.
Good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right, good. Well done. Number 2, who did you call yesterday?
In the afternoon, I called my mom.
Excellent. Well done. Number 3, what questions did you ask before signing up for English classes here? What questions did you ask?
I asked some questions about what time I
Good. So you asked about schedule. Excellent. Excellent. Anything else?
And what is what level?
You asked about the level that was most appropriate for you. Anything else?
And the prices.
And the prices. Of course, they're important too. So I asked about the schedule or schedules. I asked about the levels. I asked about the prices. Excellent. Looks like we've got 2 of these questions, so we won't do number 4 because it's a repetition of number 3. I don't know why. Look at number 5. What questions did the interviewer ask you in your last job interview?
Well, not too much, but some questions about my my social security number, my age, where I live.
Yeah. That's it. So the interviewer asked me about my social security number, my age, and where I lived. Okay? He asked me. Good. Excellent. Any questions about these past tenses here on this page?
Those are irregular.
These are regular. They're regular. And I'm sorry, they're called regular, Fernando, because you just add ed to the verb to make them, okay? So with a regular verb in English, all you do to make it past tense is add ed. Sometimes the ed is pronounced a little bit differently, depending on the verb, depending on the last letter of the verb. For example, here we have happened. The ed here is pronounced d, okay? Just like with called, the ed here is pronounced d. However, with ask, the ed is pronounced like a t, yeah? Asked. But you just add ed. So that's why these verbs are regular verbs, okay? Irregular verbs, we'll see some in a minute. Here we've got some irregular verbs. And what you find that in English, just like in Spanish, the irregular verbs have completely different past tenses, okay? You don't just add ed. They have their own past tenses, and you cannot guess them. And they tend to be used for the most common verbs. The verbs that we use all the time in everyday language, talking to people. These are the ones that tend to have irregular past tenses, okay? So the past tense of go is went. That's a weird one. You cannot just add ed. You change it completely. So you need to learn this. This is not something you can guess. The past tense of have is had. The past tense of be, and this is the only past tense in English, Fernando, that has two forms, okay? All the other verbs, every single other verb in English has one form in the past tense. The verb be has two forms in the past tense. Was for singular and were for plural, okay? So it's a little bit different in that respect. So you have to be careful with the verb to be. If it's one person you're talking about, I was, he was, she was, it was, one person or thing. More than one, you, we, they were, okay? Singular was, plural were. So these are a few examples of irregular verbs. Let's practice. Where did you go last weekend, Fernando? Do you remember?
I went to my uncle's house.
Excellent. Well done. Did you have a good day yesterday, Fernando?
Yes, I had a good day yesterday.
Excellent. Where did you go on your last vacation?
I went to visit my grandfather.
Grandfather?
No, my abuelos.
Grandfather or grandpa. You can say grandpa.
Yeah, in Mexico.
Excellent. Well done. Good. Where were you before class today?
Oh, I was in my apartment.
Excellent. Okay. And where was your family? earlier today? Where was your family?
Oh, mm, they were in Mexico.
They were in Mexico. Excellent. Well done. That's how past tense works. Yeah. Regular or irregular, it doesn't matter. The most important thing to remember that is that in English, it's not, even though we have one form for most of the verbs, some of them being irregular, you have to learn them. Okay, you have to learn them. All right. Any questions about past tense so far, Fernando?
No.
No? This comes with practice, yeah?
Yeah.
What you will find, and you know, this is something that you will find you have to make a special effort. This doesn't come easily, okay? When you're speaking English. Sometimes you start your conversation in the past tense, and before you know it, you find yourself back in the present tense, yeah? Because you might come across a verb, you might want to say something, and you don't know the past tense form of that verb. So you end up saying it in present tense. So it's really important to learn these irregular, especially the irregular past tense verbs, so that you can start your conversation in the past tense, you can continue it in the past tense, and you can finish it in the past tense, okay? All right, let's have a little chat about friends. So would you like to describe for me, Fernando, one of your closest friends?
Okay. I describe one of my closest friends. His name is Osvaldo.
Uh-huh.
Now he lives in Utah.
Uh-huh.
He is 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Mexico, and we race together.
Uh-huh. So you grew up
Yeah,
together?
yeah.
Uh-huh. We grew up together. Good.
And we are
And is he tall or short?
he's he's short.
He's short. Is he big or little? Is he chubby or
Um,
skinny?
he's he's um skinny.
He's skinny.
He's,
And is he nice or mean?
he is nice,
Uh-huh.
and his eyes are brown.
Good.
His hair is black
Good.
and straight,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I think that's it.
That's it. Cool. So he is your friend from childhood?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Uh-huh. Good. So your friendship is still strong?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Not too much with that distance, and
Uh-huh.
but yeah, we talk on the phone now.
Excellent.
It's
So he could be in number 3, it says, do you have any long distance friends? So he is your long distance friend.
yeah.
Uh-huh. And how else do you guys keep in touch? Just on the phone, or do you have other methods of keeping in touch?
Oh, in January, I'm go to Mexico and I see him.
Okay. just gone, January that's gone?
Yeah,
Oh,
for vacations and
okay. So you in January I went to Mexico and I saw him. Yeah, past tense of see you saw.
mhm.
Excellent. And do you keep in touch maybe on maybe WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram?
uh, in WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Uh-huh. Yeah, cool. And how often do you have other long distance friends, Fernando?
Uh, yes, I have uh, my friends, and because I'm come here. Uh, I went here 2 years ago.
Uh-huh. I came here 2 years ago.
3 years ago, so I have some friends in Mexico.
Excellent. Okay. Have a look at number 6. Read number 6 for me.
Do you think it is a good idea to borrow money from a friend?
Mm-hmm.
Borrow is to
So borrow is to take money and agree to repay it.
oh,
You're going to pay it back, okay? So that person lends you money, like a bank, and you pay it back to them, maybe a little at a time, or you can pay it back in total. So you might say to your friend, "Oh, can I borrow $100 until payday? When I get paid, I'll pay you back." Okay, that's borrowing.
mhm,
So it's not a gift. You
okay.
have to repay it. You have to pay it back.
Well, I think it depends if you know that person so good. If you know that person good,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think all people need help in sometimes.
Right. Good. And so, do you think it's okay to lend your friend money if they will give it back to you?
Hmm.
If you trust them, yeah,
Yeah.
good. Look at number 7. Has a friend ever let you down? Do you know what that means?
Let you down?
Uh-huh. So has a friend ever disappointed you? Disappoint is decepcionar.
Okay. Um, uh, sometimes, yeah.
Uh-huh. What happened? Anything specific?
Um, well, when we, when we we talk on the phone and we we say, "Hey, we see you in some place," and
Uh-huh.
she she never come or
Uh-huh. They didn't show up.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's annoying. It's annoying and it's a little bit upsetting, yeah, because you think, well, can't you make the effort to spend time with us,
Mm.
Yeah, it can be difficult. Do you make friends easily, Fernando?
No, I
No?
I have to know 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 the people. I don't know 1 month, and I don't know what to say, but I'm a little shy.
Oh, you're shy. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, I understand. So it takes you a little bit longer
Yeah,
to get to know someone and to trust them. Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm like you, a little shy. And how do you normally make new friends, Fernando? How? At work or at church or
Well, now at work,
uh-huh, yeah.
and sometimes, you know, friends with other friends, and
Uh-huh. Yeah. Through friends, yeah.
yeah,
Friends of friends.
yeah.
Understood. It's difficult now and during COVID, it's difficult to make new friends because we can't really go out to the same extent like we used to before. Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you made any friends over the internet?
No,
No? Okay. Some people make friends on Instagram or Snapchat or
yeah. Well, when I had Facebook, well, right now I don't have Facebook and Instagram.
okay.
I'm deleted. But when I had Facebook, yeah, I know people with by Facebook.
Okay. You've deleted your Facebook?
Yeah,
Oh, any particular reason?
I don't use it a lot.
Okay. So you thought you might as well get rid of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, Facebook is pretty old-fashioned now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, now a lot more people are into Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter. Yeah. Okay. Um, and what happened to all your Facebook friends when you deleted Facebook?
well, my real Facebook, my real friends,
Uh-huh.
I I had his numbers, so we talk by WhatsApp.
Okay, yeah. So you kept all your real friends. Oh, Facebook friends are a different category of friends, you know? Um, they're not, all of them are not real friends. Yeah, some of them are real, some of them are not. Oh, so how would you say that your friendships are different now than when you were a child?
Well,
How are your friendships different now than they were when you were a child?
well, now we grow up, so
Mm-hmm.
we had works,
Mm-hmm. We work. Mm-hmm.
so we we don't spend uh, too much when we were childs,
Uh-huh. Children. Mm-hmm.
but
So,
it's good.
uh-huh. So friendships as adults, they are maybe a little deeper. Yeah, you don't spend a lot of time together, but the time that you spend in contact may be more um, better quality time, yeah, than before. What about the number of friends that you have now? Do you have a lot more friends now than before? Or do you have fewer friends now than before?
I think I have fewer.
Fewer, uh-huh, fewer. And that may be as well because you have left your country, yeah, to come to the United States. You have to leave a lot of friends behind.
Yeah.
And that's difficult. And you have to make new friends, which isn't so easy. It's not that easy here in the United States. Well, you might think it's easy. But it tends to be more difficult if you are a little shy.
Yeah. And you don't speak English.
And you don't, well, you do speak English, Fernando. When you probably don't think that you speak English, but you do speak English. You need to start thinking that, okay? How do you maintain a good friendship?
Oh, keep in touch.
Keep in touch. Yes, indeed. Well done. Yeah, you keep in touch. You keep in touch. And sometimes it takes a little bit of effort, you know? You might not be in touch with your friend every day, but when you think of your friend, you have to make an effort to contact them, see how they're doing. Do you have many best friends or just one?
Best friends, I think I have just one.
Just one. Just one best friend. Oswaldo, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Look at number 4 and tell me what you think. Would you like to read number 4?
Yeah. Is it common to have friendships across generations?
What do you think that means?
Across generation is like more old.
Uh-huh. Yes, indeed. So friendships with people who are much older. I mean, you are young, right? So friendships with people who are much older than you are. Maybe your parents' age.
I think yes, it is common.
Uh-huh.
It is not common, I think.
Yeah, it's not very common, but it does happen.
Yeah.
What do you think are the good, the positives and the negatives of these types of friendships? Friendships across generations. So let's look at the good, the positives first. Advantages, the positives. So what are the positives or the advantages of having a friendship with someone much older?
Well, they can give you an advice.
Uh-huh, good.
Bye. Oh. Oh, is that the only thing I...
Yeah, they can give you good advice. They have more experience
Yeah.
of life, yeah? So they can often give you good advice. What about the negatives, the disadvantages?
Or you have less things to talk, I think.
Uh-huh. You have less things to talk about. You have fewer things. In English, we say in common. Yeah, same as in Spanish. You have fewer things in common with people that are much older. You may have a different way of thinking about the world, a different way of looking at the world. You may be, as a young person, you may be very open-minded. You may be willing to try new things. You may be very spontaneous. Oh yeah, let's go hiking today, without thinking about it, yeah? An older person may be, Oh, I've got to plan. I can't just go hiking just like that. I need to plan. I have to make the give me proper notice. Yeah, I need 4 days, 5 days, 2 weeks notice so that you can have a different way of approaching life if you're a bit older. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you have any friends from a different generation?
Uh, no, I have friends, well, 20 years old, 26.
Uh-huh.
I think we are the same generation.
Excellent. Okay. And what about people? Do you know any people that are in romances that span generations?
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I know a few people.
Yeah, because that tends to be a lot more common, Not friendships across generations are probably not as common as romances across generations. So you will find an older man with a really young wife or a really young girlfriend, right? So that's more common. That's but it probably has the same advantages and disadvantages as a friendship. Look at number 7. Read number 7 for me, please.
There is a saying, to have a good friend, you need to be a good friend. Do you agree or disagree?
Do you agree or disagree?
To have a good friend, I'm agree.
You agree. Good, good. To have a good friend, you need to be a good friend.
Yeah.
So then, if you agree with that, tell me, this is going to be the answer to number 8. How can you be a good friend? What are some of the ways in which you can be a good friend to someone?
Well, give good advices and
Give them good advice.
don't uh, uh, mm, don't uh, troubles. Don't, I don't know how to say it, but um,
So don't give them any problems.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, don't give your friends problems. That's not a good friendship if you give your friend problems. I agree. I agree. Anything else?
mm, I think keep in touch. I
Keep
think.
in touch. Yes, indeed, keep in touch. Keeping in touch with people is really very underestimated. It's so easy to lose contact. We get so busy with life, with our work and our English and, maybe socializing that we forget to keep in touch. Yeah, so it's a very important thing to do. Do you think you should always tell your friend the truth?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, really? Let's see. All right. So, your friend, do you have any female friends,
Yeah.
Fernando?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, your female friend, she has bought a new dress, okay? And she says to you, Fernando, tell me the truth. Do I look big in this? Or do I look fat in this? Or do I look good in this? And you don't like the dress. You
I,
don't like it. You think she does look a bit fat in it. Do you tell her that?
I tell her it is not your style.
Okay, all right. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, so you tell her the truth, but not in a way that would hurt her feelings. Yeah, you're a good friend, Fernando. Okay. All right, so your homework is going to be to finish lesson 12 in your book. Okay? That's the end of lesson 12. If you can, please study the verb do because it's really, really important, one, and it's completely different to Spanish, too, okay? So the verb do, these are its three forms: do, does, did, in their negative form. So do not, does not, did not. Yeah. Do not, does not, present tense, negative. Did not is past tense, negative. Okay. So try to review that in your book if you can, if you have time. Can and can't, try to review that in your book as well if you have time. And start now learning your irregular verbs in the past tense. Okay, anytime that you can study past tense, irregular verbs will be time very well spent. Okay.